Two cloud storage providers raised their rates in the same summer. One eliminated download fees at the same time. The other kept them free on paper, but reserved the right to suspend your account if you downloaded more than you stored. Overnight, the one that raised prices more became the cheaper option. Then there is a third that stores your files across thousands of hard drives in 85 countries, pays the operators with a blockchain token, and claims to cost 80% less than both. Three providers, same category. Very different ideas about what downloading your own data should cost. Backblaze started in 2007 as a personal backup service and launched its object storage platform in 2015. The company publishes detailed hard drive reliability statistics every quarter, which has built a reputation for transparency unusual in the storage industry. 4 data center regions cover the United States and Europe, with no presence in Asia or South America. Multi-region replication is available, but requires storing data twice, which doubles the storage cost. The pricing model charges per terabyte stored per month, with no minimum storage duration. Upload a file, delete it 3 days later, and you pay for 3 days. Download allowance is set at 3 times your monthly stored amount at no additional charge. Beyond that threshold, a per gigabyte fee applies with clear billing and no account suspension. The daily minimum free download sits at 1 gigabyte regardless of how much you store. A partnership program with a major content delivery network and several other infrastructure providers allows unlimited free downloads when traffic routes through those partners, which for content delivery workloads effectively eliminates bandwidth costs entirely. Write operations carry a small per 1,000 call charge. Read and delete operations are free. Durability is rated at 11 nines. The company has publicly stated it has never lost a customer file, though the default single region storage means a complete data center failure would require recovery from that one location unless you opt into the multi-region replication that doubles cost. The storage interface is partially compatible with the dominant cloud storage protocol, which means some tools designed for the market leader work without modification, while others require adjustments. Object locking for compliance and governance, versioning and lifecycle policies are all supported. There are no mobile applications and no native analytics integration with major data warehouse platforms. Integration with backup tools is the broadest of the three, with support for major enterprise backup platforms, network-attached storage devices, and a migration assistance program that covers ingress costs for large dataset transfers. For teams needing transparent pricing, no minimum commitment, generous download allowance, and a provider whose business model does not depend on penalizing you for accessing your own data, this is where most general-purpose workloads land. Wasabi launched in 2017, positioning itself as hot cloud storage, meaning data is always immediately accessible at speeds typically between 500 and 1000 megabits per second, which independent reviews consistently confirm as the fastest of the three. 14 data center regions span North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific, which is the broadest geographic coverage of the three. The storage interface offers full compatibility with the dominant protocol, making migration from the market leader a direct swap in most configurations. Object tagging, event notifications, immutable storage, and bucket replication are all supported. Compliance certifications include health data protection, payment card security, information security management, and service organization controls, which gives it the strongest regulatory position of the three. The pricing model charges a flat rate per terabyte stored per month, with no separate charges for RAID operations, write, operations, or any other interaction. Downloads are described as free. That description carries a significant condition. The published policy defines acceptable download volume as no greater than 1 times your active monthly storage. Download more than you store and the provider reserves the right to review, limit, or suspend your account. The enforcement threshold is not published as a hard number. User reports describe inconsistent application, with some accounts flagged and others left alone for identical ratios. The second condition is a 90-day minimum storage duration on the standard tier. Upload a terabyte and delete it after 30 days and you still pay for 90 days. Overwrite a file and both copies incur the minimum retention charge. For a daily backup rotation replacing 10 terabytes every 7 days, the expected monthly cost based on the headline rate would be roughly $70. The actual cost accounting for the minimum retention applied to every deleted and overwritten object approaches $900. For workloads that write data once and access it infrequently, such as surveillance footage or long-term compliance archives, the 90-day minimum is irrelevant, and the combination of speed, compliance certifications, and geographic coverage is difficult to match. For anything involving frequent deletion, replacement, or downloads exceeding stored volume, the pricing structure penalizes exactly the behavior you need. Storj launched in 2014 as a decentralized storage network. There are no company-owned data centers. Files are encrypted on your machine before upload, split into 64 megabyte segments, each segment divided into 80 pieces using erasure coding, and those pieces distributed across thousands of independent nodes operated by individuals in over 85 countries. Downloading requires only 29 of the 80 pieces, which means 51 nodes can fail simultaneously, and your data remains intact. The erasure coding approach provides redundancy that the company claims exceeds traditional data center replication models. Node operators are paid in a blockchain token on the Ethereum network, though users pay with standard currency and never interact with the token directly. You do not need a cryptocurrency wallet. The company handles conversion between payment and token distribution internally. Storage costs sit below both competitors on a per-terabyte basis. An active archive tier launched in 2025 reduced the rate further for cold storage workloads. Downloads carry a per-terabyte charge with no free allowance. There is no ambiguity about what downloading costs because every gigabyte is billed at the same rate regardless of volume. The critical variable is the per-segment fee. Each segment, regardless of whether it contains 64 megabytes or 4 kilobytes, incurs the same monthly charge. 10,000 large files produce minimal segment fees. 10 million small files produce segment fees that can exceed the storage cost by orders of magnitude. The difference between best case and worst case on the same monthly storage volume can be a factor of 100, depending entirely on file size distribution. Privacy is the strongest of the three. Encryption happens before data leaves your machine. Metadata is also encrypted. The provider cannot access your content under any circumstance. The codebase is open, source, and auditable. The trade-off is that decentralized architecture means you cannot specify which country your data resides in, which makes compliance with regional data residency requirements effectively impossible. There are no compliance certifications for health data, payment card security, or information security management. Performance varies depending on node quality and geographic distribution, with typical speeds below both centralized competitors. Historical incidents of data loss on the earlier network are documented, though the current architecture has matured significantly since those events. For large file archival workloads where privacy matters more than compliance certification and cost matters more than guaranteed performance, nothing in the category comes close on price. For small files, high download workloads, or regulated industries, the architecture works against you. Backblaze for general-purpose storage, backup and recovery, content delivery through partner networks, and any workload where transparent pricing with no account suspension risk matters more than geographic coverage or regulatory certification. Wasabi for write-once-access rarely workloads like surveillance footage and compliance archives, where the 90-day minimum storage duration aligns with how long you would keep the data anyway. Where the speed and compliance certifications justify the conditions on download volume. Storj for large file archival storage, where the per-terabyte rate is the deciding factor, where privacy through client-side encryption matters more than regulatory compliance, and where your file size distribution avoids the segment fee trap that makes small file storage dramatically more expensive than the headline rate suggests. Same category, 3 different answers to who you trust, what you pay, and what happens when you try to get your data back.
Every choice is a trade-off. At least now you know what you're trading.